Would you right now?
First of all, folks, before we get into going over my overall thoughts and grade, on SmackDown, season, or with SmackDown Clash in Italy Go Home show, before we get to going over that, I just want to apologize for the stream ending. It ended on its own because I had some Netflix issues on my other screen in the living room going on. You know, I had somebody watching Netflix and the stream was acting up and stuff. So I told you, it's not just me living in this house; there's other people living in this house too. So, but yeah, I had Netflix issues on the other screen in the living room. My parent was watching TV, so I'm back. I'm here. Get prepared. Shit's about to get real, folks. Shit's about to get real serious tonight because I did not like what I saw on SmackDown tonight. I thought SmackDown was fucking awful. One of the worst SmackDowns of this year, easily. And the fact that I didn't see no new matches, no long-term storylines, none of that, just that should be enough right there. That should be enough right there to tell you clearly WWE doesn't care about what the fans and what the wrestling YouTube content creators really want. And it's sad. It really is. It's really sad. I feel bad for the people with autism like me that's got to watch WWE knowing, hell, they don't even understand and realize how garbage the show is. Some people with autism like me do know how garbage the show is and know how WWE operates. I already knew going into the show was going to be a failure. And I wasn't lying when I said Axiom, Carmelo Hayes, Ricky Saints, and Trick Williams were the only best things of this entire show. Did I lie when I say that? The answer is no. I was right again. I was right again. Might as well say I'm right per usual when it comes to wrestling. Oh man, I'm not the only one that's right though. You know, JD's always right too. You know why me and JD and others complain? Because every time we mention that the writing, creative, and booking needs to change, weeks later, we get the same shit every week. It doesn't change. They still going with the same formula. Week after week after week. You're basically losing more audience week after week. You're basically making this talent look like jobbers and losers out there week after week. And we got nothing matches week after week after week, nothing long-term storylines. And hell, Nia Jax versus Chelsea Green was the worst of them all tonight. Talk about the lowest match of the entire card. Oh my goodness. Why would they book something like that in a main event? They have got to be smoking the wrong drugs or something, because this show was bad. In the worst way ever, it was. Not even joking. Not even joking, man. We're going to go over my overall thoughts and grade, go over the good and bad parts. We're also going to go over why the WWE creative booking and writing needs to change. Still needs to change. And why Bruce and Michael Hayes need to be removed from the administration. And what's it going to take for the WWE Triple H administration and TKO to listen to the fans and wrestling YouTube content creators, including myself, JD, and plenty of others in the internet wrestling community. And then I'm going to set the record straight on what all the changes that needs to happen on NXT, Evolve, and SmackDown this year. To close out this watch along, might eat me some ice cream as a reward. Shit. I deserve something, man. I didn't do the stream for nothing, dude. Except for that first stream ended and I had to go live again because of that with the Wi-Fi and Netflix issues and stuff. Netflix kept ending in error like 2 times. So I had SmackDown back on there and it was able to run till the end, finally. Honestly, dude, I want to go ahead and start going over everything so I can get out of here, dude. I just don't want to be on here that long like this because it's so bad, dude. I already feel like shutting the stream back down. I should have just left the stream the way it was and just said forget it for the night, honestly. But I know y'all want to hear my overall thoughts and grade on SmackDown, so I said, nah, let me go back live again, man. They gonna want to hear it, you know. They gonna want to hear it. They need to hear it because I never tell lies when it comes to wrestling. When it comes to SmackDown, Raw, NXT, AAA, and Evolve, I tell the truth. I give it the honest to God truth. I tell it the best way I can, best way I know I can. I'm sorry, man. I need to pause for a second, man, because I honestly just what else is there to tell WWE? What is it gonna take for them to listen to the fan base, to the fans, and to the people in the internet wrestling community? Whoa. I don't understand. Why do we keep getting the same stuff over and over again? I don't get it. Dude, it's already enough. Jacob Fatu is really hurt, and now we're looking at a possibility that we could not be getting Roman versus Jacob tomorrow. Also, might be looking at a possible. Well, they did say Sol Rico was going to be in Italy, but Jacob, I don't know, man. That concerns me, man. When I see news like that on Jacob being really hurt. It really, really hurts to see news like that. No shit. Okay, enough to talk, man. Let's go over the overall thoughts and grade on SmackDown Italy Go Home show, man. It's about to get sick, folks, because I got a lot of shit to say. All right, chat. This is my overall grade for the SmackDown Clash in Italy 2026 Go Home show. This was easily a mid-C minus garbage. This was mid-low C minus garbage, man. And like I said, I was right again. Look, I came into this stream, the first stream that ended, and I had to go live for the second one. So this is pretty much your WWE SmackDown, May the 29th, 2026. Watch along with results number 2 because the first one ended. I did. And this is audio only. I ain't cutting on the camera. I need to see my face. Because the show was disappointing. Look, I came into the stream hoping. No, I wouldn't say hoping, but I came to this stream and already knew it was going to fail. Do you really think that WWE would prove me wrong, y'all? Be honest. Does anybody really think that WWE would really prove me wrong? Come on, man. I'm telling you, before SmackDown went on the air, I made my predictions very clear. Well, once again, they did prove me wrong. Outside of three things: Axiom getting his hometown pop in Spain, Trick Williams cutting another money promo, declaring for King of the Ring, Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints being the best match of the entire night, in my opinion. And even JD from New York said that Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints was the best thing of the night. Was probably the only best match of the night, if anything, in my eyes, is what I see. But like everything else on this show was god awful, dude. And I'm not, and God is great, but I'm not saying he's not awful, but I'm saying the show is god awful. The show is god awful. The show. Not God himself, but the show. The show was awful. It was god awful and unwatchable. Let's run it, folks. She's still jaded segment. It opened the show, the crowd booed, Jade Cargill out the building, rightfully so, because she had one of the worst WWE Women's Championship title reigns of all time in the SmackDown Women's Division. Rhea is over, but this feud sucks bad. Rhea was the only good thing coming out of this fucking feud, honestly. And I ain't even mentioned Rhea in my predictions. It's not Rhea's fault that the show, that the feud sucks. It's not Jade's fault that the feud sucks. You want to know who to blame for that is? The administration and TKO. And whoever wrote and booked this segment. Yeah. Yikes. Get Rhea the fuck away from Jade, please. They got zero chemistry and it's killing both of them. Seriously. It's not even their fault. The talent are not to blame for what they're being told to do on screen. It's the people that's telling them to do this stuff. Tell me without telling me that I know what I'm saying. Seriously. Alexa Bliss versus Jade Cargill was mid-seed. Not exciting or interesting, yet you got all these bot accounts, and I didn't mean to say boy accounts in the comments when I was replying to JD's tweet. I meant to say bot accounts. Online, the Corey Hayes positive bot accounts online, worshiping him because he always tweets out, your thoughts on SmackDown? Thoughts on Raw? You know the Corey Hayes fan base, and you know what? I'm not shitting on Corey Hayes. Corey Hayes is great. It's just his fan base. His fan base is sulky sometimes. The people in his fan base. It's not him. It's just the people that be commenting on his tweets, talking about some. The show is soft. I was on a fan base that JD talking about. That's why I mentioned in his tweet in the comments. It's the Corey's fan base. I don't care. I don't even care if the Corey Hayes fan base got negative things to say about me. I am. I care more about WWE giving me and other wrestling YouTube content creators and fans the shows that we want to see, that we want to invest and enjoy watching. But they're not doing that. They're giving us nothing but they're giving us nothing but mid-sea garbage shows week after week after week. And it's just getting stalled. We need something new. And I literally said earlier on the watch along, I am praying to God that they end this Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill feud, as well as the Cody Rhodes and Gunther feud. Please, after Clash in Italy, keep this feud or get these feuds off of television. Please. Please, get these feuds off of TV. For God's sake. Because nobody cares, really. We only care about feuds that are important, that is going to invest our time in watching. Feuds that's going to be long-term booking. Feuds that actually matter. Feuds that will actually feed families, that will actually make the fan base and the internet wrestling community feel a whole lot better. Knowing that WWE is going to be giving them positive, solid B or good A shows every week. Something SmackDown, NXT, and all really needs to work hard on. Sometimes Monday Night Raw. AAA, they've been doing really good. Undertaker is doing great with his booking, dude. His booking has been absolutely on point. Like, AAA, I have not had nothing negative to say about AAA. They know what they're doing with their shows. I ain't got to say shit about AAA. I ain't got to say nothing negative about them at all. AAA knows exactly what we want on television. The problem is the main roster shows. The Triple H administration and TKO doesn't care about what we want. AAA, meanwhile, the AAA writers and the people that book the show and The Undertaker, they all care about what we want. You see the difference? See the difference in Triple H administration, TKO not caring what we want, but yet The Undertaker and his people that in his administration and the AAA, that the people that book and write the shows, you see the difference? Y'all see the difference in that? Yeah, something ain't clicking. And it's not The Undertaker, and it's not the people that's booking AAA, dude. It's the people in the administration and TKO that's writing and booking SmackDown and Raw. It's also whoever's in charge of NXT and Evolve. Yeah, clearly we got a problem. WWE needs to get their act together, seriously. And you know what? All Elite Wrestling does too. Everybody said that Double or Nothing was the best AEW pay-per-view of all time in AEW. It was the best pay-per-view in all Elite Wrestling history. I can't argue with that. They probably had banger matches on there. Shoot, I don't watch it no more. Their creative booking and writing ain't got too much for me. It ain't got too soft. It ain't got too garbage. I'd rather watch WWE than AEW at this point. Still would rather watch WWE than AEW at the end of the day. Y'all want to watch AEW? Go ahead. Y'all can watch AEW if you want to. I'm not going to stop anybody from watching what they want to watch. Let people watch what people want to watch. Yeah, I said what I said. Let them watch what they want to watch. Can't stop them from watching something they love. That's just like y'all can't stop me from watching what I love. I watched WWE for a reason. Watch SmackDown, Raw, Evolve, AAA, and NXT and the WWE premium live events for a reason, because I care. I want WWE to succeed. I want Monday Night Raw to succeed. I want SmackDown to succeed. I want NXT to succeed. I want Evolve to succeed. Most importantly, I want AAA to succeed. Hell, they're already up there. I can't wait for that AAA Super Card event show. And next week, so I think I know what AA is doing. I think they're going to do the men's matches this week and the women's matches next week. They got to win this division. We want to see some of the new women in that division wrestling. We do. So I'm hoping they do all women's matches next week. They doing all men's matches. I mean, that is the smartest decision that AA would ever come up with or would ever do, you know. That would be the smartest decision ever, if anything. But yeah, this Cargill and Ripley feud is god awful, dude. It's so bad. Like, I can't even tell you how bad it is. WWE is really killing both of these ladies, dude, and I feel bad for both. It's really killing them. Like I said, Bliss versus Cargill was not exciting. There, Bliss carried. Cargill. Oh my goodness, dude. Cargill needs some work, dude. Needs more work. Jaded on a chair didn't save it. I'm sorry. And the fact that she hit the Jaded on the chair after the match don't mean nothing when the match was boring. That's all I'm going to say with that one. Axiom versus The Miz was a solid low B- match, but only because Axiom carried it. The Miz is washed, terrible, and sucks in 2026. He shouldn't even be on my TV. He really shouldn't be. He should be retired, honestly. Damian Priest and Royce Keys versus the MFTs. I got one answer for this one. Filler! Total filler alert. Nobody cares. Moving on. Sami Zayn versus Matt Cardona. I don't know who the hell asked for this, but this is easily skippable. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sami Zayn and Matt Cardona, they had a little solid match there and now, but again, skippable. Nobody asked for it. You got Carmelo versus Saints. B+ match. This was match of the night right here. These two got it. But WWE ruined it with an awful double count out finish. Why can't we get one clean finish in 2026? That's just like, why can't we get a main event, an actual good main event match on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to end Monday Night Raw and SmackDown in 2026? What the fuck? Seriously. That main event, which was another god awful thing, which was another one of the lowest, bad, terrible, disastrous things of the entire show. Yeah, this was definitely mid-C- garbage. Worst way to close the show. The women's division is still dead on SmackDown. Mainly because Julia has not been on TV for 4 weeks. Where is Julia and Grace. And then the men's division, you got Trick, Melo, and Ricky, but yet you don't have Ilya Dragunov and Ray Phoenix to blend and join in the mix. What's going on here? What are we doing? These guys should be involved in the U.S. title picture, man. What's going on here? I don't get it. I want to see Roman versus Oba for SummerSlam. Give us Roman versus Oba. Versus the MFTs. Dude, if they give us Oba versus Roman for SummerSlam, dude, I am going to be jumping for joy. I'm going to be like, yes, yes, we asked for this. Oh my God, they're giving us this. Oh, thank goodness. Should that be better than anything else on Monday Night Raw, to be honest? Yeah. And Vision stuff, man. It reminds me of that Dark State shit we getting on NXT. And Bronson Reed, did you see that picture of Bronson Reed? He looks jacked. He doesn't have that stomach anymore. Wow. He looks more jacked than Braun Strowman. No offense to Braun. No offense to him, by the way. Real talk, man. Clash of Italy is really going to bomb if they don't get themselves together, dude. For real. Good parts and bad parts. So here we go with the good parts versus bad parts. Coming out of SmackDown, this is what all I have in my notes to say to y'all on the good part and bad parts. I'm going to break this down like no other for my YouTube subscribers, for whoever's listening. Doesn't matter who, man. As long as you know that I'm going to go over everything and I'm going to speak the truth, yeah, we should be good. As long as you're listening, subscribing, and supporting the channel. The algorithm of the channel, you know what I mean? Seriously, man, I got to keep it 100, man. The good parts from this SmackDown, honestly, number one, Axiom, hometown hero. Barcelona, Spain. Crowd was singing, chanting, they love him. He's over. And WWE needs to push him to the moon after this. And if they don't push him to the moon after this, then what the heck are they doing? What's the point of having crowd sing on TV if you ain't pushing him? What's the point of even having him on the main roster if you're not pushing him? What's the point? What was the point of even signing Axiom and Nathan Frazier if you're not giving these guys what they want? You're not giving these guys the push, the highest level that they deserve. I mean, he basically made The Miz look like he belongs on TV. And that's hard to do. And number two, Trico Williams, man. Y'all want to talk about something? Let's talk about Mr. Whoop That Trick. The man cuts a promo and you listen. Man with the money, man with the connection. He's him. Him entering King of the Ring was the best booking decision of the night. Carmelo, don't get mad at me for saying that. Anyway, number three. Speaking of Mr. Melo, you got Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. B+. Banger. Match of the night. No debate. These two got chemistry. They went 12 minutes. Crowd was into it. If you only watch one thing from this show, watch that. And number four, the crowd. Barcelona, Spain showed up. They booed. Jade. They popped for Rhea. They sang for Axiom. The fans are doing the job. WWE ain't. The administration and TKO are not. That's the problem. Now the bad parts. Then we just go over this, man. Where do I even start, man? At least it's not going to be repeated and repetitive. She's still Jaded segment was garbage. If I didn't say this before, I'm still saying it now. Ray versus Jade is dead on arrival. Crowd hates Jade. There's no story. And Charlotte plus Alexa coming out made it worse. Not their fault, though. It's not Edith's Talent's fault. It's the administration, TKO, and the writers and the people that booked the show. It's the way, it's what they're telling them to do. It's embarrassing, dude. Like, why would you even tell them to come out when there's no story? Like, what's the point, man? This is supposed to be about Jade and Rhea, not Charlotte Flair and Alexa and B-Fab and Me Chin. These are Louise, man. Oh, yeah, Jade needs B-Fab and Me Chin to do her dirty work. Huh. Tells me how shitty of a wrestler Jade is. Yeah, break. Alexa versus Jade was mid and boring. And look, Jade, like I said, dude, not only does Cargill needs more work, she needs more seasoning, dude. And Bliss can't carry her every week. Man, you could tell from that match that Bliss looked tired. Holy shit, dude. She don't get a day off after this, man. Something wrong. The Miz is the worst part of SmackDown. Not his fault. It's what they're telling him to do. He's terrible. Not because of him. You know what the answer is going to be. I'm not repeating it. I'm not repeating it. Y'all already know what the answer is. I just said it. I literally just said it not too long ago. He's been on TV for 20 years. And he's still doing the Damian Priest and Royce Keys versus MFTs was straight filler. Nobody on this roster should be. Chelsea Green versus Nia. Oh man, Nia Jax. Let's. Why I keep pushing the mute button. I gotta have it, man. I got such a habit, dude. I gotta have it. If the like I said, I'm gonna say it again because the people that are, because I know would be proud of me after saying this. Again, The Miz is the worst one, dude. Like I said the first time, and now I'm saying this the second and last time. He's terrible. He's washed. He's been on TV for 20 years, and he's still doing the same heel stick from 2020 or 2010. Priest, Keys, MFTs. Like I said, straight filler. Nobody on this roster should be in a 6-minute tag with no heat, like I said. Zane, Cardona, YouTube pre-show level. They got some nerve to book Chelsea and Nia in a main event, knowing it was not going to end well, and it was not going to be a good match to end the SmackDown Clash in Italy Go Home show. This was easily mid, C-low trash. Mid-low, C- trash. This was as easily was. You closed the Go Home show with that. Are you serious, man? Listen, man, the women's division has been dead since WrestleMania. No shit. No new feuds. No new stars. Just Rhea versus Charlotte versus Jade versus Alexa all over again on a loop. And the fans need to stop death threatening Alexa. No wonder why she's got her account to private. Talking shit about her and her botching in her matches and stuff. Jesus Christ. When are you people going to learn that it's not her fault? She's being told to do these things. The talent are being told to do all these things out here by the administration and TKO. And hell, I wouldn't be surprised the people that booked and write the show, they're probably telling them to do this stuff too. That's why I say Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes need to be removed. Those guys should have been done got removed from that company. Should have been done got gone. And when they do get gone, I'm gonna be like, na 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 na, hey, goodbye, because they don't need them. Oh, by the way, the lazy finishes, dude. That double count out for Melo and Saints, DQ teases, distraction roll up for Chelsea. Man, listen, y'all. WWE cannot book a clean finish to save their life in 2026. That's why this show was a mid-low C-. Simple as that. Moving on to why WWE creative booking and writing still needs to change, plus Bruce and Michael Hayes need to go. Ugh. I am on fire. I am fired up, man. I can't myself. This is what happens when WWE gives us garbage. This is what happens when WWE doesn't do what they claim they say they're going to do. Yeah, but it's all poured in rent. It's nothing more than nice. I'm sick of this shit, dude. I really am. Creative is running 2020. No. Not no 2025 IWN. 2005 playbook in 2026. The structure is predictable. Cold open talk segment, 50-50 match, authority figure makes a match. That don't even sound right. Four-way brawl to close. There's no 6-month vision. Talent like Axiom, Melo, and Tiffany are stuck in neutral. They're stuck in neutral because TV is booked week to week to avoid losses. Not to create moments. That's a producer problem. Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes have shaped WWE. I got some nerve to say shape now. No. They've ruined the only thing that Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes have shaped is nothing. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Nothing. Creative is running 2020. I don't know how the heck I keep muting my mic, unless my mic is muting by itself. I don't know. But seriously, Bruce and Michael Hayes are the producing problem, dude. They need to be removed from their position, dude. Like, seriously. Like, click clap ASAP. Now their priority, since Bruce is making a match segments where innovative in the 90s, the audience has evolved somewhat. They watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, and YouTube Indies with long-term storytelling. That's a true story. And decisive finishes. WWE feels cooperate and safe by comparison. Yeah, sure they do. Triple H can't oversee every second of it. But as long as the truck is run by minds who think reset or rest holds our heart, rest holds our heat, SmackDown will feel like this. But let me tell you something. The fix is generational change. Promote people who grew up on PWG and social media, not just WWF. You got Jeremy, Boraj, Gabe, Sapolsky types or young writers who understand viral moments. Bruce and Hayes, honestly, they don't earn my flowers. They might earn y'all's flowers, but they ain't earning mine because their producing is terrible. Clash of Italy doesn't have nothing to do with Bruce and Michael Hayes. So I listen to all that. But here's the reason on why they need to go. It's simple. I said it, and I'm going to say it again. It felt like 2025 last night. And don't forget, Bruce has been in WWE's creative era since the Attitude Era. Michael Hayes has been booking finishes since Dusty Rhodes was still wrestling. And that's the problem. They're legends. Their playback has expired, dude. Fans don't pop for Vince, said authority angles that reset a feud to 0, dude. And we saw it tonight. Mello versus Saints, double countout. That's a Michael Hayes special. 3-hour show with 6 talk segments. There's no way, and there's no reason why there should be 6 talk segments on SmackDown. That's way too many segments to have on the show. And 50-50 matches, that's Bruce's formula. They booked for live crowds in 1998. You know, I was born in 1999. Just thought I'd throw that out there. That's pretty close. Almost there. They booked for live crowds in 1998, not for YouTube, TikTok, and Peacock in 2026. The audience now wants cinema. They want long-term arcs. They want change. They want the creative booking and writing to change, just like I do want it to change. AEW runs 15-minute classics on cable. New Japan Pro Wrestling books year-long stories. WWE under Bruce and Hayes runs Chelsea Green versus Nia Jax of all matches as a main event with a Tiffany distraction finish. That's just I'm gonna tell you straight up like it is. That's just terrible television. You can't produce something like that people don't want, that nobody asked for. That is way out of touch. Triple H can't watch every minute of TV. But if Bruce is still pitching, oh, let's have the authority figure make the match. Her. And Hayes is still at least counting to 9 on the floor. Oh, we're never escaping C- shows like Clash of Italy Go Home Show. Motherfucker, TKO didn't buy WWE to run it like CWC Saturday night. It's time for new blood in the truck. Promote guys who book indies, hire writers who grow up on PWG, like I said, and know what a TikTok promo looks like. Bruce and Michael Hayes had their run. Their run was terrible. 30 plus years is a hell of a career, but it's still 2026. Thank you for your service. Step the fuck down. If WWE wants to grow, the old guard has to go. Sure, I should have said guards. What's it going to take for Triple H, TK on WWE to listen to fans and YouTube content creators? Well, first of all, TKO is a publicly traded company, and they respond to Matrix, not tweets. The only time leadership changes course, is when revenue signals flash red. Soft ratings declining live gates. Merch slumps outside the three top stars. Or top 3 stars. Peacock engagement dips. That's the leverage fans and YouTube creators have. Like myself. You know what I'm saying? But we are the new feedback loop. My watch alongs, JD's breakdowns, Caffeaholics reviews combined. We all hit millions of eyes weekly. More than the Observer ever. Yeah, I mean that's a true story. More than the Observer ever did. We all collectively call out dead feuds, lazy finishes, and misused talent. It trends. The very social team tracks that. They don't act until it threats business. But the pressure campaign works over time, folks. And live chat, if you're listening, Vince didn't leave because of one article. It took years of sustained noise. I'm glad Vince left because he made WWE like living hell. Releasing some of the talent that didn't deserve to get released, that were talented, that had potential. He was doing all kinds of Donald Trump sneaky things. Vince was just like Donald Trump, dude. Literally. Never thought I'd mention his name on the live stream. Blech. Look, the path is simple, folks. The path was simple. Keep the criticism consistent, specific, and loud. Don't buy tickets for bad builds. Don't stream live if the card is mid. Watch clips later. Don't merch mid-card acts getting buried. I only go live for you guys, man. Come on. I ain't do this for nothing. Gotta make book better. Unavoidable every Friday. When Clash of Italy underperforms, because the go-home show was C-, the conversation changes internally. TKO didn't pay $9 billion to run a charity. I think the only time TKO will listen is when the audience becomes a business problem. Bingo. Just to set the record straight on the changes needed for NXT Evolve and SmackDown this year. This is each brand. No repeated ideas, man. Nothing repetitive. They need to stop treating it as a call-up factory. Let Trick, Oba, Soul Ruka, Javon, and all of them develop into the main event stars before they're fed up to the main roster. That same goes for Blake Monroe and Fatal Influence. Bring back monthly takeover level events with 20-minute main events. I'm talking about talent like Oba, Femi, Soul Ruka, and Javon Evans, like Tony D'Angelo. You got Mason, Rook in there. You got Naraka, Evil from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Naraku. You got Tavion Heights. You got Miles Bourne. Dude, they got the talent. It's just the shows are mid every Tuesday nights. Sometimes. It's the writing and the booking, dude, that's making the shows like that. Talent's being told to do this, and the fans boo, and people start complaining and start saying something about it. This is terrible. They need to do better with this. They need to do better with that, But seriously, bring back monthly takeover level events with 20-minute main events, not 8-minute TV matches. You have got to unify the tag titles and give them purpose. The brand should be the best pure wrestling show weekly, not a pit stop. Evolve. If this is the new developmental, Put it on Peacock and make it matter. Don't hide it. Or you can stream it on Tubi. Evolve is too solid of a show sometimes, not all the time. This week's Evolve, believe it or not, this week's Evolve was mid-average. Or actually, yeah, definitely mid-average because I did watch Evolve this week and everything. The only best things of that entire show this week was the Evolve Men's Champion Aaron Ward and the Women's Tag Team match, really, and PJ Bossa being promoted for next week's Evolve. That was pretty much it. Everything else was mid-average, dude. Literally. And I made my predictions that night. That night before Evolve. And said it was either going to be a solid low B- show or a mid-average C+ show. Bingo, sure enough, it ended up being a solid low B- show. But at the same time, it was also a mid-average show at the same time as well, though, too. That's why I said either one of them or both. You got to push talent like Wendy Chu, Carmen Petrovich, Elijah Holyfield. He'll be making his debut Wednesday on Evolve. If he's good and he performs well, push him. Push him to the moon. Push talent like Romeo and Starboy on Evolve, dude. Seriously. Push Evolve talent like that. And Layla Dukes. Not just TC recruits. You got to book dream matches that can't happen elsewhere. Evolve should feel like 2013 NXT. Dangerous, new, must watch. If Axiom versus Miles Bourne isn't on Evolve by SummerSlam, the brand is failing. The brand is failing. And what I mean by that, I'm saying if matches like Axiom versus Miles Bourne, not Axiom and Miles Bourne being on Evolve facing each other. I'm talking about matches like that, guys like that, not them entirely. SmackDown needs a hard reset, man. The women's division does immediately. It really does. They need to end Rhea and Jade. They need to end this feud by Clash in Italy because, like I said, it's not collecting, dude. We fast track Julia. Make Tiffy, I guess, the face. Give Michin a real program, something, man. Let Chelsea Green be more than comic relief. Men's side needs decisive pushes. Axiom, Melo. Hell, I would sign and bring back Santos Escobar. Shit. Put him involved in the during United States Championship picture. And Carmelo Hayes as, fixtures. Not side acts. And even Alien Dragunov and Ray Phoenix. Hell, you call Laredo Kid up to the main roster, go have him on SmackDown. If he ever drops that title to Ray Phoenix. Or keep him on AAA. I think Laredo Kid is more fittable on the AAA than the main roster, to be honest. Because on the main roster, he would get easily wasted. I know. Trust me. You seen how they did with Ray Phoenix on SmackDown. Dude, 2 weeks have went by and no real development story has come out on Ray Phoenix. Yet, the Simps Online giving me slurring bad words and stuff, saying that it's a work. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. Clearly, if it's been 2 weeks, that clearly should tell everybody. That clearly should tell that Leo bot account and that Jacob Fatu account profile picture. You know, the person with the Jacob Fatu profile picture. Clearly should tell them that it's not a work. It's real. Ray Phoenix, the news on Ray Phoenix, lack of opportunities. That news on his frustration over that is real. That is not no make-believe. It was clearly a serious story. And it was clearly, WWE clearly has a serious problem, dude. Like they really do. Wasting talent. Please retire The Miz from weekly TV. Seriously. Mandate clean finishes for 80% of matches. Please, no more countouts, dude, or DQs as escape hatches. It is time for WWE to kill 50-50 booking. This shit has to go. Seriously. Winners advance stories. Losers take a beat and be rebuild. That's how it should be. One brand split with clear rosters, and the biggest move changed the writing team. You see what they did with Monday Night Raw? Alexandria Williams is the lead writer and vice president of Raw, and she's doing a hell of a good job, and she's probably the only one in that fucking administration that's doing a good job with the writing for Raw. Would not be surprised. Please get 2026 minds in the room who understand modern pacing. TikTok promos, long form arcs. If TKO wants revenue growth, C- go home shows can't happen. That's not going to get it. This is their year to fix it, or the audience will fix it for them. That's it. Every point said once. Nothing recycled. I carried yet another one of my dead streams again. And not only that, but I also carried a dead show again too, by speaking the truth. We're still on the road to 1,000. We will be tomorrow and Sunday. I cannot wait for AAA. Cannot wait for Clash in Italy. Those are going to be two of the best shows of this entire week. Those are going to be two banger. Clash in Italy is going to be a banger premium live event. AAA, that Noches de los Grandes, you know, that super show event. Noches de los Grandes. AAA. That's going to be a good show tomorrow. Or tonight, actually, because today is Saturday now. So it'll be airing on this Saturday night. They're doing all men's matches for this Saturday. And I think next Saturday they're going to do all women's matches. That's what I believe is the idea coming out of AAA. I would not be surprised if I end up being right. If I end up being wrong, well, I'll admit that I'm wrong. I'll just admit that I'm wrong and move on. That's it. But I'm right now, for the most part. I appreciate y'all for being here, man. I know everybody's already in the bed. I'm about to get off here, dude. I wanted to do this, man. I wanted to let y'all hear my thoughts on SmackDown. This stream will be on the channel, and the first stream will be on the channel as well, so y'all can hear my reaction, little tiny bits of commentary. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the stream as well. We got 2 likes on my Dota SmackDown, May the 29th, 2026 watch along and results live stream. The first one. This is the second one because the first one had ended on its own due to some issues. But yeah, definitely hit the thumbs up, subscribe channel if y'all new, man, and make sure you have on your notifications. I already have the AAA Noche de los Grandes. Week 1, May the 30th, 2026, watch along and results. Scheduled for the Triple A show. It's going to be a banger of a show, man. War Raiders will be defending, or actually, Pagano. I don't know why I got that mixed up. Pagano and Psycho Clown will be defending the AAA Tag Team Championship against the War Raiders. Eric and Ivor from the main roster. Dorado Kid versus Ray Phoenix 3 for the Latin or AAA Cruiserweight Champion. And speaking of Latin, Wagner Jr. will be defending his AAA Latin American Championship against El Hijo Vikingo. Then you got the mask versus mask match. Got the original Americano going up against the Louis Kaiser Americano. You know, the fake Americano, the one that Louis Kaiser's behind. The fake Americano that's posing as a babyface, that's posing as the good Americano. And the card for week 2 is La Catalina, Lola Vice, Bailey versus La Toxicas Flama, Akira, and La Hedra. And 6 women's tag team match. Ooh, señorita bonita. To all 6 of those women, especially La Catalina and La Hedra and Flama. And Lola Vice. Mainly Stephanie, because she's my main favorite. They're a female superstar. Boy, what the hell are they doing with Stephanie, man? She should be recovered by now. Dude, Stephanie is a fighter. It takes at least 1 or 2 weeks before she recovers. It's almost like she got female demon powers when she recovers. I don't know if that makes sense or what, but I'm just saying. She recovers pretty good. She's a pretty strong woman, dude. A fighter. A Chilean luchador fighter. Anyway, I will see y'all live for that AAA special event show. Take care. If you didn't get to listen to my overall thoughts and grade on SmackDown, you can rewind the stream. Make sure, to my international audience, you know what to do. You know how to turn on the closed caption thing. You know how to auto-translate to your languages that you want to listen to. So I don't even got to explain it. You already know. That means a lot to me that I ain't got to explain it no more. And if y'all want me to, I will put the link to this SmackDown watch along in the comments, which I will do that, actually, for my international people. Anyways, take care, y'all, and see y'all later. See y'all Saturday night for that show. Peace. I'm out of here. Good morning, by the way.